From the Kindred Kitchen, and this is River. We're going to be making some hot cross buns with you guys today. We don't have any raisins in the house, so I have some blueberries in the freezer that I'm going to be putting in instead, but you could definitely use anything you like. I've made them with chocolate drops before. Also you could chop up some dates that work really well, otherwise any frozen berries you have. So it's really actually quite simple. It's almost like making a bread, so we're going to knead it a bit later. But to start, all we need to do is have 300 ml of any plant milk. So I've made my own almond milk today. It's 750 ml of water, 2 tablespoons of almond butter, and about 4 dates, just to add a little sweetness. So we're going to be heating that with 50 grams of vegan margarine. Just add the plant milk into a saucepan over a medium heat. You can use any plant milk here, soy milk, oat milk, almond milk, they will all work. Then add 50 grams of vegan margarine or vegan butter, and just let it melt in. While the milk and margarine are warming on the stove, I'm going to mix our dry ingredients together. So I've got 500 grams of cake flour, and then I'm going to add in 70 grams of sugar. I've got 7 grams of dry yeast. That goes in with 2 grams of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons, sorry, and 2 teaspoons of nutmeg. And then I've got the zest of about half an orange and half a teaspoon of salt. So I'm just going to mix that around, and then we're going to add in our wet ingredients. Okay, so the margarine is really nicely melted into the almond milk. So you can see it's nice and warm. The heat also helps with the yeast, so it helps to make it rise really nicely. I've made a bit of a well with the flour mix, so I'm just pouring that in, and I'm going to use a wooden spoon to just mix it in. So use a wooden spoon at the beginning to mix the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients, and then use your hands to get it all really nicely worked together before putting it onto the floured surface. Nicely mixed together. So now it needs to be kneaded for about 5 to 7 minutes on a lightly floured surface, and then we're going to put it aside to prove. So the dough has been rising for about an hour. It's doubled in size, and I'm just going to take it out and I'm going to lay it flat on a nice floured surface, and I'm going to add in the blueberries. So I've got about a 1/4 cup of frozen blueberries here. I'm going to just pop them in and squash them into the dough, and then give it another knead. Blueberries in. The texture of the dough isn't quite how I would want it, so I'm actually just going to bake it and see what it comes out like. That's the beauty of cooking. So it hasn't risen as much as I would like, and because of the moisture in the blueberries, it's sort of formed layers between them, so it almost looks like a blueberry swirl cake. And I've placed them quite close together, so maybe they'll all bake together and it could be almost like a blueberry spiced pull-apart loaf. So we'll see. I'm going to put it in for about 30 minutes on 180 degrees, and we'll see what it comes out like. Okay, so they've really baked so nicely. I added a little bit of honey onto the top because that's what I have. Usually you add apricot jam onto the top. So I think I'm going to change the name of these to Chelsea bun hot cross buns. I've made a little icing, so it's got some blueberry juice in it. Just squeezed them with my hands, some icing sugar and lemon juice, and I'm just going to drizzle this over. I've put this recipe up because if you're anything like me, recipes often don't come out exactly how you expect. But this one came out really nicely for what it was, and hopefully you can get some inspiration from this. And I also believe that this isn't a time to be wasting food. So enjoy.